Philly fans are so fucking bad that Bill Burr was screaming and praying that they all have, and they thought it was hilarious. I hope you all get it.
It was a comedy show.
I know,
they got
I get it, but still, but like
they got it. I was there. I was in the front row for that.
Yeah, do people know what I'm talking about? When Bill Burr roasted,
He roasted the entire
they were
city.
booing but they were booing everyone before him, right? Was that the issue?
Oh,
Like everyone was getting booed off stage, so he said, "Fuck it."
Well, basically, it was an Opie and Anthony comedy show
Right.
down in Philly. And if you weren't like a big part of the show, they didn't give a shit about you. And at that point, Bill wasn't a big part of O&A yet. He was on his way up. So before Bill Burr, they booed Jimmy Schubert, who's from Philly. Jimmy Schubert, this is my favorite part of the story, invited his whole family. They're in the front row. He is so proud, like, Mom, Dad, I made it. Look at me now.
They were ferocious fans.
I'm in front of 20,000 people, my family. We went for brunch today, and they booed him off the fucking stage right in front of his family.
His family joined
in front of his family.
We don't want to get beaten up here, so.
Oh, you suck! And to be fair, Jimmy Schubert is absolutely amazing. He's a great comic. And then it was Dom Marrero, who's a legend.
Oh, Dom Marrero.
A legend. He goes out there. Dom has never really done the show. He did it maybe a couple times on the phone. No one, our fan base didn't give a shit about him. So they just crush him. And I'm actually backstage at this point. I would go backstage and I would run to the front
You
row.
mean when they crush? You mean he's crushing, or they're like crushing
They
him?
crushed him like a bug.
Okay,
like a bug.
And he's a veteran.
And as Jim Schubert's getting crushed and then Dom Marrero's getting crushed, I'm backstage next to Bill Burr for real. He's pacing back and forth like a wild animal, and he goes, "They ain't doing that fucking shit to me." You know Bill, right?
Yeah.
They ain't doing this to me. He's already out of his mind.
Yeah.
So
He's
then
a hothead.
So then he goes out there, and all of a sudden the boos are like, they're revving up again, and then they're in full boo mode. And then Bill just goes, "Oh yeah, and then he just takes out the entire city. Fuck you to Rocky and all your other stupid fighters.
Awesome.
You're so dumb. You had real fighters in the
No, you're
town,
so
but
racist.
But you have a statue of a fake fighter. You dummy.
You're so racist. You won't put Joe Louis up there,
Yeah.
but you'll put a fucking white guy, a white fictitious guy.
You had Joel. They had a million great fighters, and that stupid city they put up a statue for a fake fighter. And he just killed them.
And
by the time his set was over, they gave him a standing ovation.
Oh yeah,
that's the story.
Yeah.
That's good.
And that was it for
so
him.
they can take the beating that they dole out.
Like there was 12 minutes left, and he kept like going to like 7 minutes left. I'm doing
Well, that reference. So we had so many comedians on the show that they had a clock. Everyone had to do like 15.
Right.
So he's looking like, I got 12 minutes to go, and he's just thinking of every horrible thing about Philly. It was.
That's pretty easy though. You got a lot of fodder.
I hope you not only get boils on your back, but when the boils burst, it's full of pus and like it was like really bad. Like
it was bad. It was bad. And then by the end of it, he was so relaxed, and the game was standing ovation.
Yeah.
That's why Philly does rule.
Yeah.
They can handle it. They can take a joke.
Yeah, Boston